What should you be looking at?
The crucifix.
Bless us.
So, Lord, in these high gifts, which we are about to receive from
It's just such a huge blessing and a huge part of our lives to have our kiddos in Catholic education, and Catholic education that we can afford.
Right.
I mean, Andrew's a social worker and I work part-time for the diocese, so it's not like we would be sending our kids to Catholic schools if we had to pay tuition.
So unlike a traditional Catholic school, we don't charge tuition. We're on a stewardship basis, which for us means that if you are willing to commit yourself to your parish in time, talent, and treasure, that you will be able to attend school, your kids will be able to attend school K through 12 without paying any specific tuition.
The fact that in Wichita, like, all we have to do is be good, solid members of our parish, and our kids can get this solid Catholic foundation in school. It's just a no-brainer for us. Like, why would we not send them to Catholic school?
We never say Catholic education is free. It's not. You're putting into what God asks you to from the Bible. So as long as you make that commitment, then education is provided for you.
Yeah. It's not always easy when you get your paycheck to think, well, the top 10% of this is going straight to the church. That's where it's going. You know, that's not always the easiest thing to do when you could pay off a car or pay your house mortgage down, you know. But I know it's so ingrained in us now. Like, we don't. I mean,
Yeah, we don't even think
it
about
doesn't
anymore.
hardly hurt to do it. So yeah, there's sacrifices involved, you know, in living in a stewardship diocese. But I just think you can frame those in such a way that even the sacrifices don't hurt that much, you know, because I mean that's what God has called us to do.
Stewardship only works if the entire parish agrees that education is the number one thing that the Catholic Church can do. Because if you just counted on the tithing of the school parents, we wouldn't keep our doors open.
You know, I only have about 150 families that actually go to school here, but we have over 600 families in the parish. So when the parish itself donates and gives that tithe to the church, then that is in turn also helping the school.
Even before we had kids in the schools, like, it was very important to us to be an active part of our parish, you know, volunteering and monetarily, just everything that goes with stewardship. If tithing was equated to tuition, like, we wouldn't be able to afford sending 4 kids to school at the same time.
Yeah, well.
Like, so it's up to all. I mean, it's up to the whole community.
Right.
You know, it doesn't matter if you have kids in school or you're retired or you're somewhere in the middle. Like, all of those gifts that we're all able to give is what allows all the kids in the Catholic Diocese of Wichita to get this beautiful education.
Our schools are a mirror of the community because of stewardship. It allows it to be a mirror of the community, and that changes everything.
You know, we have children here who have special needs. We have low-income families. We have, you know, anyone that wants to get a Catholic education, as long as they are living the stewardship way of life, can receive a Catholic education. And that's just one thing that's just a blessing to be in the Wichita Diocese. On average, we say the Catholic school is about 6 to 9 months ahead of the public schools. What we have found is that our kindergartners come into kindergarten just a little bit higher and just a little bit more ready for school.
Where we do the best is with low-income kids. And that's where I think our Catholic schools really benefit. So while we may only score 10 points higher on the state assessment with middle-class kids, we score 25 points higher with low-income kids. So if you just compare our free and reduced lunch kids to public school free and reduced lunch kids, that is where we really shine. And that's where we say we're a benefit to all of those kids, because we are really helping them outperform the public school.
The stewardship model here is just so different from anything else in the world. Just to know that, you know, sharing the gifts that God gave you is enough for your babies to go to a solid Catholic school and really learn the faith. Like, I mean, we wouldn't have that opportunity anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah.